Crooks is the best player on their team.
Dalton has won the toss and will receive.
All right, sir, ready when you are.
Tonight's contest is being officiated by the Lanier Football Officials Association.
Good evening and welcome to the Georgia State first round playoffs here in Atlanta, Georgia. Howdy, folks. I'm RJ Lewis, and I'm by myself this evening running the broadcast for you. This is the first round of 4A region playoffs, and as we take a look at these two regions and break them down, you have 4A region 6B and 4A region 7B in this contest. Carver coming from region 6B, they are the champions in that region, finished at 5-1. And looking at region 7B, Dalton finished second right behind Ridgeland. Ridgeland was undefeated in the region, and Dalton was 4-1 in the region. Dalton on the year is 7-3 as the Carver Panthers are 9-1, and this should be an interesting ball game. We're looking for a lot of plays on the ground. You're looking at Carver. Carver almost has 300 yards on the ground this season per game. They average 299 yards on the ground. So the Catamounts of Dalton look to attack that running game and slow it down some way, somehow. But then if you flip over to the other side and look at Dalton's offense, they also like to run the football. 214 yards on the ground, 82 passing per game. They put up 28 points per game, where Carver puts up 31 points per game. So we are looking for a high-scoring affair, but it's basically going to come down to this. Who can stop the running game? Will it be the Carver defense or will it be the Dalton defense? That story will unfold here right in front of your eyes here in the next couple of hours. And we thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com, the first round of the Georgia State playoffs here in 2012. And really star players scattered all across the field. And we'll start with the home team, the Carver Panthers, led by their senior, 6'5", 263 pounds offensive lineman, Delando Crooks. He is a captain on this team. He has 13 offers from Division I schools, Purdue, Auburn, and Georgia, just to name a few. He's an outstanding run blocker and very, very strong on the interior. Also on that Carver roster, you have number 84, Rockme Nesbitt, also getting looked at by several schools, and number 29, Montavious Taylor. So those are a few names just to look out for on the Carver side of the football. Now, if you switch over to Dalton, Dalton has a few players as well who can make some impacts on the game. Number 11, Eder Mora, and Cole Calfee, the quarterback, number 12. So look for them to really take over this ball game, and it is single elimination. So as soon as you lose, you go home. There is no double elimination here in Georgia high school football. Dalton has won the toss and has elected to receive. The ball is on the tee, and we're going to have high school playoff football in a matter of seconds. Carver in the dark jerseys, Dalton in the white, and we are underway here at Lakewood Stadium, and the opening kickoff goes out of bounds for Carver. Definitely not the way you want to bust out into the 2012 playoffs with the penalty on the first play. This will be an illegal procedure, and we'll start Dalton off in great field position. Check the referee with the white hat. That's exactly what the call is, illegal procedure. Dalton will get the ball at their own 35-yard line. And we will see what Mr. Calfee will have in store as they sprint over from the sideline to the ball, starting at their own 35-yard line. The Catamounts of Dalton, 7-3 on the year, their first offensive possession. Two receivers to the left, one tight end to each side, a single back in the backfield. Calfee with the snap, hands it off to the running back up the middle, pushes bodies. A ton of Carver Panthers there, but not after a 5, maybe even 6-yard gain by the tailback. And I believe that was number 21, Kelvis Rhodes, on the run. They'll give him a gain of 6, which will bring that second down at 4. Now, when they asked the head coach of Carver, Darren Miles, who are the players he needs to look out for, Mr. Rhodes was one of the first names out of his mouth, so definitely got to keep an eye on him. I formation, one receiver to each side this time. Calfee pitches it out to the running back, gets the right side, has a hole, has a block, 50, 45-40, deep into Carver territory, and that is a Dalton first down, and that was Kelvis Rhodes, number 21 once again. First play, they tested up the middle. That time they did a little pitch play out to the outside. He caught a nice block by his wide receiver that sprung him free for that extra 10 and 15 yards. So a fresh set of downs now. 11 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Calfee under center into I formation again. Two receivers to the left. Ball on the 38. Snap. Hand off to Rhodes, and that time he is met immediately in the backfield. A loss of about 2 on the play. Big defensive lineman there on the stop right in the middle. So Carver trying to do what they can to stop the running attack of Dalton. That tackle was made by number 84, Rockme Nesbitt, his first tackle on the evening. Second down and long now for Dalton. Ball at Carver's 41-yard line, I formation, two receivers to each side again. Calfee still under center. Calfee fakes it to the first guy through play action. Tried to make a one-handed grab, but incomplete. He was looking for his receiver, number 20, Brandon Dale. They have him highlighted on the roster as well. He was open, tried to make a one-handed grab. A little extra mustard on the pass, incomplete. Brings up third down and long now for Dalton. Still at their 41-yard line. Carver has done a nice job recovering after the big run down the right sideline to set up this field position. Third down and 13 now. One receiver to each side, I formation. Calfee still under center. Snap to Calfee. Fake it to the fullback, and now he'll take off. Has 5, has the first down and more as he gets across the 30 to the 25-yard line. A little option keep that time. Faked it to the fullback and then turned around and found a hole down the right side of that Dalton offensive line and got enough for the first down. He needed 13, and he got about 15 that time on that play. So once again, the running game of the Catamounts is what's working right now. They break the huddle I formation. Ball now on the 24-yard line. Rhodes dots the I. Calfee gives it to the first guy through that time. That's the fullback. Gets across the 20 to the 19, which will bring up second down. That was number 40, Robert Hardaway. It's an interesting story about Hardaway. Played a little bit of linebacker, a little bit of fullback. Coaches have done a lot of things with him throughout this season, and that's another player that the head coach of Carver, Darren Miles, was worried about the fullback. Same formation, I formation, two receivers to the wide side. Calfee with the snap, hands off to Rhodes. Rhodes tries to get past the pack of defenders for Carver, gets positive yardage, maybe an inch and a half, but that's it. 3 Carver Panthers on the tackle. Safety came from a safety position to come down and make the tackle. I believe that's number 8, Dexter Hollingsworth. Brings up third down and short now. Third down and a long 2.5. Ball at the 17-yard line. Dalton on a drive right now, under 9 minutes remaining. I formation. Calfee with the snap. They toss it to Rhodes. Rhodes picks up the first down and more, looking for the goal line, but he will settle for the 5-yard line. First down and goal now for Dalton. Dalton doing a nice job of coming out of their blocks and coming out of their stance and getting on their blocks very quickly. Carver's going to have to do something to stop the running game. As you look at the defensive line, everybody with their hands on their hips, kind of breathing in deeply. 8 minutes, 39 seconds now and counting in the first quarter. Dalton's had the ball the entire time. Chewing up a lot of clock. They finally break the huddle. 2 receivers to the right. Rhodes dots the I once again. Calfee still under center. Calfee gets the snap, hands it to Rhodes, and he's met in the backfield, nowhere to go that time. Defensive line stepped up in a big way, and I believe that was 84 again. No, excuse me, check that. That's 63, Xavier Davis. And we do have a player down for Carver. And we'll take a break as the training staff will tend to him. 8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Your score, Dalton 0, Carver 0. We'll be right back. You're listening to PlayOnSports.com. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. The player is over to the sideline as Dalton continues to operate. The ball bounces into the air. They gave it to the fullback. They gave it to Hardaway, and Hardaway lost control. A dog pile at the 7-yard line. Carver says they have it. The referee says they have it too. Carver football, and what a timely turnover that was. Coming out of the injury timeout, Carver gets the ball into the hands of their offense and stops the Catamounts right in their tracks. It didn't seem like anything was going to stop the Catamounts on that drive except for a turnover. They did give it to 40, Robert Hardaway up the middle. He got hit as soon as he got into the hole, and the ball popped up free. Carver bounced on it, and now Carver has the football. They are deep in their own territory. Ball at the 7, maybe 8-yard line. They come out in I formation. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap, second guy through. Gets a few yards across the 10 to the 11-yard line, which will bring up second down and about medium. And, man, you talk about a momentum killer if you're a fan of the Catamounts. Thinking you're about to drive down and score and go in on the first offensive possession, but it does not happen. I believe that's number 5, Tevis Clark under center. I formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap back to Clark, a little counter play, gives it to the second guy through, has a hole, makes a man miss, and he's loose. Coming across the 50, the 40, the 30. He is completely gone, ladies and gentlemen. Carver will strike first. Touchdown, Panthers. All the way to the end zone. Nobody touched him. Unbelievable. Number 29, Montavious Taylor, the senior, 5'9", 185 pounds, on a 85-plus yard scamper to the end zone. Carver strikes first, 6-0, point after touchdown pending. Dalton definitely going to have to shake that early touchdown off. Snap, hold, kick is up. Point after touchdown is no good, wide right. So look for Carver to maybe go for 2 points next time, considering that the point after touchdown was missed so badly. So your score with 7 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Carver 6, Dalton nothing. So a very shocking turn of events for the Dalton Catamounts. Once again, on their first offensive possession, doing a great job of running the football and just going downfield, had a few big plays. But Carver coming up with the timely turnover, and 2 plays later, they give the ball to number 29, Montavious Taylor, and he goes 80-plus yards to the house. Looked like the fastest man on the field to me. I don't know how it translated on your TV screen, but he looked like he's the fastest player out here. So look for number 29 the entire rest of the evening. The ball's on the 10. They let it rip. Another short one that's going to be fielded at the 15. Comes across the 20, looking for a block, has one, trying to get to the 30, and that's where he will be slung down at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Catamounts will take over. That was number 8 on the carry, Jordan Adams, and they give him an extra yard to the 31-yard line. So it shall be interesting to see how the Dalton Catamounts answer after that big touchdown run and a big turnover as well. 2 hands on the football, ball security number 1. Single back formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Calfee still under center. Rhodes, the lone back. Rhodes says something to the quarterback, now steps back. Calfee gives it to Rhodes. Rhodes sees a hole, gets tripped up by his shoestring, gets across the 35 to the 36, which will bring up second down and medium. Taking a look at the Carver defense, they have 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers on the edge, so kind of like a 4-4 stack look from the Carver defense. And we'll see how that defense alignment plays here on second down. Same formation from Dalton. 2 receivers right, 1 left, single back formation. Calfee, play action, looking deep, throws it down the middle of the field. Too high, tip, and intercepted. Carver with another interception in the ball game, and they take over again. This time it's number 21, Aaron Williams, with the interception. So 2 turnovers early for Dalton. Carver's in great field position right now, but there is laundry on the field, a flag on the play. We'll check the official with the white hat to see exactly what the call is. Personal foul on Dalton, so the field position improves for Carver. They're going to mark it off, and let's see exactly where this ball will end up. It will be deep in Dalton territory. The penalty was after the play. Personal foul version. And just an outstanding display for the Carver defense. Good old-fashioned tip drill, ball tipped in the air and then intercepted by Aaron Williams. Now the Carver offense back out on the field. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap, fumble. Quarterback does fall on it, luckily. Never got a good handle from the center that time. He'll lose about 3 yards, brings up second down and 13. Now he'll walk over and get the play from the coach. Still in at quarterback is number 5. Tavis Clark. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. He's by himself that time. Quarterback draw, makes 1 defender miss, make a second one, but that'll be it as a gang tackle right at the line of scrimmage. I don't believe he gained anything on the play. Tavis Clark on the run. Gains about an inch, if that, which will bring up third down and long now. Now, if you're Carver, this is definitely not what you want coming off of a turnover. You need to capitalize on these opportunities, especially in the playoffs. I formation, third down and long now. Clark, counter, gives it to across the, close to the 30. Not nearly enough for the first down. It'll be fourth down and medium now, and it looks like they're going to keep everybody on the field. That was Montavious Taylor on the run again. Looks like the same play that he scored a touchdown on. And now Carver will take a timeout and talk things over. They're looking at a 4th down and 7 situation. 4 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a break with them. Your score, Carver 6, Dalton nothing. You're listening to PlayOnSports.com. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. So Carver, 4th down and 7. They are going to go for it. 2 receivers to each side. Clark still the quarterback. Waiting on the snap. Snap. He tried to 2 hard counts. Nobody moved. Changes the play. Now I believe the Panthers are ready to go. Snap back to Clark. Plenty of time. Throws it right. Tapped in the air. Incomplete. Almost intercepted by the Dalton defense. That's number 4 on the play, Elijah Stedman. Dalton gets the ball, turnover on downs, 4th down conversion unsuccessful. So Dalton answers back, does a little bit of damage control after the second turnover of the first quarter. It doesn't allow any more points on the board, and now the Dalton offense trots back out onto the field. Ball placed at their own 32-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Rhodes dots the I. Calfee still under center. They toss it to Rhodes. Rhodes tests the right side. Try to spin move and then met rudely in the hole by a Carver defender coming from the secondary. And when he got there, he was upset. That was number 21, Aaron Williams, on the tackle. He's the player earlier that intercepted the football. A gain of 0 on the play. 2nd down and 10. Ball still at their own 32. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Rhodes dots the I. Calfee fakes it to the fullback, throws the quick slant across the middle, complete across the 50, across the 40. He has a blocker, makes one man miss, and he's finally dragged down at the Carver 26-yard line. That was number 20, Brandon Dale. He leads the team in receptions. There's a reception right there in a big game for Dalton. Dalton on the move once again. Just a mini play action from Calfee. They've ran that a few times tonight. It's weird that they do the play action to the fullback instead of the tailback, so it's a very quick play action and got the ball out very quickly. I formation now from Dalton. They toss it out to Rhodes. Rhodes attests the left side, has a hold and has Green in front of him across the 15 and finally gets tackled around the 13-yard line. Tackle made by number 3, Quintus Bentley. Bentley on the tackle, but not after a first down run by Rhodes. So Rhodes seems to be the bell cow in the backfield for Dalton. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter and counting. Dalton down 6-0, but they are in the red zone and knocking on the door. Ball at the 13. Rhodes dots the I. Flag on the play, hold everything. I believe the Catamounts moved a little bit early. Excuse me, they catch Carver for encroachment, so that'll give Dalton an easy 5 yards. And now they're in a down and distance that they love. 1st down and 5 now for Dalton. Ball at the Carver 8-yard line. So Dalton once again knocking on the door. If they can hold on to the football, they seem like they should be able to tie and maybe take the lead here. I formation, 2 receivers to the right. Calfee, they give it to the fullback, and that's a different fullback that time. That's number 11, Eder Mora. Mora on the run. He'll gain a few yards, gains about 3, which will set up 2nd down and about 2 for Dalton. 2 minutes, 48 seconds and counting. Ball inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. I formation, 1 receiver to each side. Calfee is the quarterback under center. They fake it to the fullback. Calfee's going to keep it and dove forward. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Dalton. Dalton answers with a score of their own, and now the score is tied with the point after touchdown pending. So we've seen it a few times tonight. Cole Calfee, just a mini play action to the fullback. That time, Eder Mora was the fullback. Mini play action to him. Calfee kept it and lunged forward for the touchdown. And here comes the ever-important point after touchdown. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. And Dalton now has the lead, 7-6. Dalton answers and has the lead in the first quarter despite having 2 turnovers in the first quarter. So very impressive play from Dalton to basically wipe out the mistakes out of their mind and continue to move forward on with the task at hand. 2 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. And Dalton now will set up to kick off to Carver. Carver had the big run of 80-plus yards, but that's about it. Their defense has definitely played ball tonight. The big run coming from number 29, Montavious Taylor. And I'm pretty sure Dalton knows who Taylor is now and makes sure there's a body on him every time. Carver getting set to receive the kickoff. Dalton getting set to kick off. It'll be interesting to see what Carver comes out with offensively this time because they definitely want to get the lead back. Ball set on the tee, waiting for the final word from the official so we can play some more playoff football. Once again, thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com. Ball is on the tee, and the kicker will let it rip. End over end kick that will go into the end zone, so this will be a touchback. You get a roar from the Dalton crowd who traveled well this evening. They're over there in bunches, and Carver will take over at their own 20-yard line. Carver looking to answer, led by head coach Darren Miles. Talent all throughout the Carver roster, so it'll be very interesting to see how Coach Miles uses all the talent that he has. Number 5, Tevis Clark under center still. I formation, that's 24, Derek Johnson, who dots the I. They give it to Johnson. Johnson goes up the middle, gains 2, maybe 3 yards, but that's it before a host of Catamounts tackle him. It'll be second down and about 7. Ball will be at the 22.5-yard line. Clark goes over and gets the final word from his coach, making substitutions now. Now I believe they have the right personnel. Really no huddle that time, kind of a sugar huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs to each side of Clark. Snap back to Clark. Clark gives it to the second guy through, makes one defender miss, makes a second one, lunges forward, does get the first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line, so a fresh set of downs that time. Number 29, Montavious Taylor on the run once again. Gives the first down for the Panthers. 1 minute, 45 seconds and counting now in the quarter. Whistle on the play. Equipment malfunction from one of the linebackers from Dalton. I believe that's number 44, Jay Rockholt, having an issue with his helmet. So they'll take a timeout to get that straight. You want to make sure everyone is safe out there on the football field. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, hashtag GHSA Football. Equipment is now fixed and ready to go. 1 minute, 30 seconds and counting now. I formation from Carver. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Clark gets the snap, hands it off. Second guy through. Hits a brick wall, continues to move his feet, but only gains 2 yards. That was Taylor on the run once again. A gain of 2. That time the Catamounts were ready. A wall of defenders there waiting on the run. They were generous and gave him 3 yards. I believe he only got 2, but they gave him 3, which will bring up second down and 7. Ball now at their own 35-yard line. Under a minute now to play in the first quarter. A little bit of confusion from the quarterback. Now he's set and ready to go. I formation. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Clark still under center. Clark fakes it to Taylor. Keeps it himself around the right edge. Makes a cut outside, trying to get to the first down marker. Doesn't make it. Gets to the 40, and that's it. The secondary of Dalton stayed at home and made an outstanding tackle. Who led the way? Number 11, Eder Mora on the tackle. He had 2 of his buddies there with him. He will be about 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from their own 40. 15 seconds remaining and counting. I formation from Carver. Clark with the snap. They give it to Taylor. Taylor tests the right side, has the first down and more. Makes a cut up field and he's loose. 20, 10, touchdown Montavious Taylor. His second one of the quarter, and he leaves 1.5 seconds left on the clock. Hold everything. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage. This will be a holding penalty. This will come all the way back. Take the points off the board. They do not exist. Oh my goodness, Montavious Taylor made a few people look silly on that run. He'll have to save the clip for his highlight reel, but as far as the points will have to come off. Holding on the offense, Carver will back up, and remember, that was 3rd down and 2. And remember, in Georgia high school football, it is a spot foul. It's not from the line of scrimmage. So from the spot of the hold, this will make it now 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9 now from their own 34. And actually, head coach Darren Miles actually wants to check the spot to see exactly where the ball is supposed to be. So the officials will talk that one over. And, man, what a morale killer that can be if you're Montavious Taylor. Taylor got loose down the right sideline, and no one in that Dalton secondary can catch Taylor if he ever gets to that level again. So now they do have the ball in the correct spot. It's still 3rd down and 9. Ball at their own 34. Coach Miles still talking to the official on the sideline. The head official has cleared the players to play, so the play clock has been rolling. Be interesting to see if a delay of game comes out of this. They spread the field, 2 receivers to each side. Clark still on the center. They try to draw play. Gets up the left sideline. There's a flag down. Makes one defender miss. He's at the 30 and finally gets brought down at the 27-yard line, but there is a flag down at the 38. This should come back. And that was 24, Derek Johnson, who got loose down the left sideline, and there is an injured player now down on the 30, and it seems like the flag will be on Carver, so this will be another long run that will be negated. But that is the end of the first quarter, so we have a few things to clear up. We got to see exactly what the flag is. The injured player is up and walking toward the sideline. He is with a little bit of assistance. It looks like it is a right ankle. Another holding penalty for Carver. So once again, erase the yardage off the board and back them up once again. It's going to be 3rd down and forever now. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have to reset everything because that play was the end of the first quarter. The referee still backing up. Ball now at the 27-yard line. 3rd down and 15 now. There will be one untimed down, so they will let this play go. 0 on the clock, the end of the first quarter, but since it ended on a penalty, there will be one play that will be untimed. Clark gets the call from his coach, jogs over and tells the rest of his comrades, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, shotgun formation, running back to the right of Clark. Snap back to Clark. They fake it to the running back. Now Clark goes straight upfield, runs over Moore at the 40-yard line, trying to get to the 1st down mark. He doesn't get there. He gets to the 41. So it's going to be 4th down and 1 coming from the break at the end of the first quarter. Your first quarter score, Dalton 7, Carver 6. Stay tuned for second quarter action on PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. Carver goes for it on fourth down, does a quarterback sneak, and they do get it. This will be a fresh set of downs for Carver. First down just shy of the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 44. Panthers have a fresh set of downs and a first down quickly to the line now. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap to Clark. Clark gives it to the running back up the middle, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is Taylor again. Taylor gains about 2 yards, which will bring up second down and 8. Defensive line of Dalton did a great job that time of stopping the momentum up the middle. Carver looking to step up the tempo. Right back to the line of scrimmage now. Snap to Clark. Clark fakes it to Taylor. Tries to go up the middle, but there's no one home but white jerseys. First one there. Number 40, Robert Hardaway on the tackle. The linebacker / fullback for Dalton. Brings up a third down and long now. Third down and 9. Very critical decisions that need to be made early in this ball game. Once again, thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com. I am RJ Lewis. 10 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Second quarter just started. Carver on top, 7-6 over Dalton. Carver, third down and 9. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, motion. Clark gives it to Taylor. Taylor trying to get to the edge. Gets to the edge. First down and more in Dalton territory across the 45 to around the 43. A fresh set of downs for the Panthers. So the Panthers not doing anything tricky, not doing anything funny. They're doing what got them here. Running the football and giving the ball to their best player. Injured Panther trying to hobble off the field. The official finally does take a timeout, an official's timeout, to get him off clearly. And so both teams will take a brief timeout here. 10 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Been very interesting to see both of these teams. They like to run the football, and they run it pretty doggone well. And both teams have had success tonight running the football. It's going to come down to who can stop the run first, who can make the other team pass. Fresh set of downs now for Carver. First down and 10 in Dalton territory. Clark still under center. Clark gives it to the second guy through. I believe that's Taylor. Taylor picks up about 3.5, which will make it second down and about 7. Under 10 minutes now remaining in the second quarter. It's real funny looking at Carver. I know they've done this all year. They don't huddle at all. They get the play from the sideline, get the play from the coach. It is then number 5, Tevish Clark's job to give the assignments out to everyone else as he's doing now. Now they flip to a shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Clark is the quarterback. Clark hands it off to Taylor. Taylor picks up positive yardage, almost gets to the 35, just short of the 35. Bring up third down now. So they have had third down and short, third down and long, third down and forever. This is one of the more likely pickups for the Carver offense. Third down and 3 now. Ball sitting right at the 35-yard line. Same formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Late defensive line shift. High snap. Clark has it under control. Hands it off. Gets a first down and more. Gets across the 30 to the 29, almost to the 28-yard line. There was a late shift by the defensive line of Dalton that time. The line shifted to the left. Carver ran it to their left, Dalton's right, and the first down was easy to pick up. Across the 30, now to the 29-yard line. With these two running teams, the clock does continue to move. It moves again. 8 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. I formation from Carver. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Clark still under center. Clark gives it to the fullback. The fullback falls forward, Gains about 4 yards, maybe even 5 just by falling for it. Well, no, now the referee backs up and he gains about 3 yards. Bring up second down and long now. Actually, they're going to give him a gain of 2, second down and 8. Ball at the 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the left still. Late switching now from Dalton. Dalton with their 4 down linemen set. Clark gives it to the second guy through. Bounces off of white shirts and now finally dragged down. Gets across the 25 to the 24-yard line, which will bring up third down and 4 now for Carver. Dalton's defense doing a lot of late shifting, trying to get the players in the right position. And it's usually the defensive line and the linebackers that are doing most of the shifting. 7 minutes, 39 seconds and counting. I formation for Carver. Clark gives it to Taylor. I don't know if he got there. No, he did not. He only gained about a yard to bring up fourth down and about 3. Another decision for Carver. I'm pretty sure they're going to go for it. You've gotten this close, out of range for your field goal kicker. Let's see exactly what head coach Darren Miles dials up here on fourth down. Fourth down and about 3.5 for the Panthers. Under 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Flag on the play, and this is going to be a delay of game, I believe. That's exactly what the call is, a delay of game. So a 4th and 3.5 turns into a 4th and uncomfortable now. 4th and about 9. 6 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The fourth down try gets extremely difficult now. Coach Miles wants to make substitutions. He finally does. Clark still in at quarterback, and I believe that's number 27, Pledger, in at running back to the right of Clark. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Clark will roll out to the right on fourth down, looking, throws it, broken up at the last second, incomplete. Dalton will take over on downs. Fourth down conversion, not successful. So Dalton, once again on fourth down, makes a big play and brings their offense back out onto the field. 6 minutes, 46 seconds left in the second quarter. The Dalton offense will trot back out onto the field and look to build on their lead. Only 2 turnovers thus far in the contest, both by Dalton, but Dalton does lead by 1, even though they are losing the turnover battle. Dalton jogs to the line of scrimmage. I formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Motion from right to left. Calfee gives it off to the second guy through, gains about 1, maybe 1.5. That's it on the draw play. That was 27, Jerry Marino on the run. Gains about 1, maybe 2, brings up second down now. Substitutions coming in and out for Dalton. Dalton now finally breaks the huddle. I formation once again, 1 receiver to each side, 1 tight end to each side. Calfee pitches it out to the left. That's Marino. Marino had a little bit of room, but then he met a defender with a great open field position, great open field tackle that time. He does have positive yardage, which will bring up third down and about 3. There is an injured Carver player down on the field at the 30-yard line. He does get up under his own power. And he will be assisted to the sideline. He wants to stay into the game, but he can't. Walk over very gingerly to the sideline. Looks like one of the big defensive linemen. Looks like he should be okay. Back to the action onto the field with 5 minutes, 50 seconds and counting now. Third down and about 3.5 for Dalton. Ball at the 35-yard line. I formation. Marino, I believe, is still in there dotting the I. 1 receiver to each side. Calfee gives it to the fullback. The fullback pushing bodies, trying to get there. I think he barely got there. They might give him forward progress, but the linebackers and the defensive line of the Panthers were there as soon as he got the football. He needed about 3. Let's see where they spotted. From up here, it looks like he's just short. And that's what the official thinks as well. 4th down. 4th down in inches now for Dalton. I believe this is Dalton's first 4th down situation they have come across. Under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The first half is almost gone now. I formation. Calfee still under center. They'll try the quarterback sneak. He didn't get it. Fumble on the play. A dive for the football. Calfee lost the football. Who has it? Carver says they have it. Waiting for an official signal. Regardless, Carver will have the football even if Dalton did fall on it. They didn't get enough for the first down. We'll see exactly how it goes into the book. I believe Dalton fell onto the football, but did not get enough for a first down, so Carver takes over on offense. Ball security, definitely have to watch that. Have to protect the football, even though in that instance it really didn't matter because they didn't get the initial 1 yard they needed anyway. So Carver takes over in great field position, already in Dalton territory. At Dalton's 36, I formation, 1 receiver to each side, 1 tight end to each side. Snap back to Clark. That little counter misdirection fools no one that time as he will be tackled in the backfield. First one there, number 11, Eder Mora. Mora in the backfield as soon as the tailback got the handoff from the quarterback. Once again, Mora was a player that head coach Darren Miles was a little bit worried about. Definitely makes his presence known. A loss of 2 on the play. Well, let's give him about 1.5. Second down and a long 11. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Snap back to Clark. They fake it to the tailback. Now he rolls left, wants to throw, dumps it across the defender and makes the reception. That is number 7, Greg Smith. Smith gets close to the first down marker. If he didn't get it, he's just centimeters away. Looks like he got it from here, and he does. That's a first down pitch and catch from Clark to Smith. So a nice job that time with the play action, having the Dalton defense move one way, quarterback rolls out the other, and a nice little easy dump pass over the defender for the first down. 2 receivers to each side. Panthers in the shotgun. Clark hands it off. Gain very little. Gain of about 1 that time from the tailback. Brings up second down and long. Clark comes over again and gets the final instructions from his head coach. 3 minutes, 40 seconds and counting now in the second quarter. Carver still on top, 7-6, but Carver starting to knock on the door of the red zone. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, 1 receiver to the left. Snap to Clark. Clark fakes it to the running back, then keeps it and goes up the middle himself. He does gain positive yardage, about 2.5, maybe 3 yards. Clark on the quarterback keeper makes it 3rd down and medium. 3rd down and about 5 now. Ball at the 21-yard line. Carver will play out of the shotgun on this 3rd down play. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Clark still in at quarterback. Snap back to Clark. Plenty of time. Throws it right, complete for the first down and just a little bit more. Caught across the 15 to around the 13-yard line. That'll be a first down and a fresh set of downs now for the Panthers. Number 4, Kai Anderson on the reception. 2 minutes, 40 seconds and counting now in the second quarter. They place the ball at the 14-yard line. First down and 10 now at the 14. I formation, 1 receiver to the right. Snap to Clark. Clark gives it to the second guy through and meets a brick wall in the hole. My goodness, he's tackled immediately after a gain of about 1, maybe 2. Second down and 8 now. Getting closer and closer to 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Clark trying to get his players in the right position. I formation, 2 receivers to the left. Clark still under center. Clark hands it to the second guy through, makes one defender miss, and lunges forward. I believe that's number 27, Pledger again. The senior, 5'9", 175. Has a positive gain. Gets down to the 8-yard line. 3rd down and 3 now. A long 3. Let's call it 4. 3rd down and 4 for Carver. I formation for Carver on this very important 3rd down. Under a minute and a half remaining. Dalton Coach running down the sideline to get a timeout in, and he finally does. Nice legs by Matt Land, head coach of Dalton. Runs down and does get the timeout out, and we'll take one with them. 1 minute, 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Your score, Dalton 7, Carver 6. We'll be right back. You're listening to PlayOnSports.com. For all the best coverage of Georgia football throughout the playoffs, go to WSBTV.com. I am RJ Lewis, PlayOnSports.com. 3rd down and 3 now. First round of the Georgia State playoffs. Clark under center for Carver. Carver gives it to the second guy through. Tries to fight forward. He did not get there. He will be short. He needed to get to the 4. He only got to the 6. So it will be 4th down. Timeout on the play by Carver. So Carver will take a timeout to think this 4th down over. 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dalton on top, 7-6. How we got there, Carver missed the point after touchdown. It was wide right, which gave them 6 points. Couldn't get the 7. 2 turnovers in the first half by Dalton. 1 interception. Carver only capitalizing on 1 of the turnovers, turning 1 turnover into 6 points instead of 7 points. And the big bell cow for Carver thus far has been number 29, Montavious Taylor. He has ran all over this field tonight, and actually is worse than it actually looks in the stat sheet. There's 1 big run, a big touchdown run, that was negated by a penalty. As a matter of fact, Carver has hurt themselves a few times tonight with penalties, negating big runs and taking points off the board. It is now 4th down and 3 from the 7. Now formation, 1 receiver to the right. Clark fakes it to the second guy through. Now he passes it wide open, receiver in the end zone. Touchdown, Carver. Clark does the right thing, keeps the ball, and passes it to the left side of the end zone. That's number 15, Steve McDonald on the reception. Carver back on top. 12-7 now, and surely look for Carver to go for the 2 points, and they will. Offense stays on the field. 2-point coming up. I see number 27 in the backfield, Pledger. And actually, they're going to try the point after touchdown. They're going to try the field goal. Oh, no, they trick everybody and goes into the bucket look here. Now looking over to the sideline, and there's a penalty that was thrown in the back of the end zone for a delay of game. So they tried a little trickery there, Carver did. But it kind of backfired in their face because it resulted into another penalty. Dalton is definitely winning the penalty battle. And so it shall be interesting to see exactly what Carver has up their sleeves here. They're ready to go. Snap back to number 11. 11 will float it in the air. Jump ball caught. Caught by the receiver. 2-point after touchdown successful. I believe that's 5. Clark, the quarterback who caught it, that is Clark, who caught the football from number 11, Jordan Holden. So Holden, the backup quarterback, the junior, 6 foot 180, was able to flick it up in the air, and Clark brings it down. So very creative play call that time from Mr. Darren Miles. So the score is right where it needs to be for both teams. Carver on top, 14-7 on top of Dalton. This is the first round of the Georgia State playoffs. 1 minute, 3 seconds remaining in the half. Carver getting ready to set up. And it's real interesting that, and I noticed this earlier and I forgot to mention, I mentioned it right after the kickoff as it's fielded at the 7-yard line, gets across midfield, has nobody in front of him now. Now black shirts come and tackle him. A flag is down at the 30-yard line. But doing some research for Carver, number 11, Holden, he's really their main quarterback. He has 8 passing touchdowns on the year, 9 interceptions, even though we do know that Carver is a running school. Clark on the year only has 1 attempt, but Clark gets the nod in the playoffs. Very interesting. The penalty is an illegal block in the back on Dalton. 9 times out of 10, if you see a flag on any kind of kicking situation, it's on the receiving team, and that's exactly what that was. So the ball is placed on the 20-yard line, under a minute to play, 52 seconds remaining in the half. Dalton, single eye formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sack. Not a sack, excuse me, tackled in the backfield. And 21 throws the ball in frustration. That is Rhodes. Rhodes throws the ball in frustration that he's met in the backfield immediately as soon as he got the football. Clock continues to roll. 30 seconds now. Snap back to Calfee. Calfee rolls left, looking. Carver all over him, and they do finally catch him from behind. And Dalton seems like they will let this final 15 seconds run off, which will take us into halftime. Finally, a whistle comes, and it seems like Dalton will take their last timeout. No, excuse me, they have 2 timeouts remaining, so they will take one of them here with 10 seconds remaining in the half. Once again, Carver on top, 14-7. I am RJ Lewis. Thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com, your source for high school football. The first round of the 2012 Georgia State playoffs, and all throughout Georgia, that's what's going on right now. Playoff football in Georgia, there's nothing like it. For live scoring and highlights of all the games, Play On Sports is covering, go to www.playonsports.com/football playoffs. 10 seconds now remaining in the half. Let's see exactly what this final play will be. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Calfee getting the final instructions. Now he's ready to go. They give it to the running back, second guy through, doesn't make it back to the line of scrimmage, which will make it 4th down, and that is the final play of the half. Your score, the home team, the Carver Panthers 14, the visiting team, the Dalton Catamounts 7. Halftime report coming up shortly. You're listening to PlayOnSports.com. Welcome back to Lakewood Stadium here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're not quite done yet with the first half. Carver did take a timeout with 3 seconds remaining. So Dalton will come out and take a knee here. Well, actually, they shift. Looked like they were going to take a knee. Now they go into the shotgun formation. They give it to Calfee. Calfee gives an ending around, and it's wide open. He's at the 40, 45, and Carver luckily catches him from behind right as he crosses midfield, and that will end the half. Man, that was scary for Carver. That was number 28, Ethan Fromm. Almost tried to take it in right at halftime to tie up the ball game, but it does end with Carver 14, Dalton 7. Halftime here at Lakewood. Thanks for listening to PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Welcome back to Lakewood Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia. This is the first round of the 2012 Georgia State High School Playoffs. I am RJ Lewis, your halftime scorer. The hosting Carver Panthers 14, the visiting Dalton Catamounts 7. Dalton did have the most turnovers in the first half. They had 2 to be exact. Carver has not turned over the ball at all. But once again, like we said in the pregame and also right before the game, the key to winning this contest is who can stop each other's running game first. If you're on defense and you're Dalton, you have to make sure you zone in on number 29, Montavious Taylor, and number 24, Derek Johnson. If you're Carver on defense, you have to make sure you square in on number 21, Kelvis Rhodes, and number 20, Brandon Dale for Dalton running the football. Those are your star players that you need to watch out for here in the second half. Dalton did win the toss to start the game, and they elected to receive. So now they will kick off to Carver. 12 minutes now on the clock. We are just moments away from the second half of this first round playoff matchup. Remember, single elimination. You lose, you go home. There's no tomorrow. You start thinking about next year. But if you do win, you go along in that long bracket. That is the Georgia playoff bracket. Everyone trying to get to the Georgia Dome. That's your destination. Trying to get into the Dome. If you get into the Dome, you're playing for the state championship in your region. The ball is on the tee, so we'll tee it up and let it rip. Dalton's kicker gets a good foot on it, goes deep into the end zone for a touchback, and that's where Carver will take over at their own 20-yard line. So head coach Darren Miles has his troops back out of the locker room, back onto the field. They do sport a 7-point lead. And let's see what exactly they do to continue to have the lead and to build on that lead. Once again, a little wrinkle in the offense tonight. Number 5, Tevish Clark, has been the quarterback for the majority of the evening. Basically, he's been a quarterback for the entire evening. And they barely ever huddle. They go into an I formation this time, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A bunch of people in the box for Dalton. Clark gives it to the second running back through, gets across the initial wave, gains about 4 yards, gets tackled at the 4-yard line. They'll give him a gain of exactly 4, which will bring up second down. Once again, very quickly to the line of scrimmage, I formation. 2 receivers right this time, 1 to the left. Clark still under center. Clark gives it to him again, bouncing off of defenders, and finally does fall forward, gets another positive yardage, which will bring up third down and medium now. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's number 27, Pledger, running the ball, the senior. It's been Pledger and Taylor running the ball for Carver. Third down and short, 3rd down and 2 now. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Dalton defensively backs up, seems like they're going to play a zone. Snap back to Clark. They give it to Taylor. Taylor gets the first down across the 30 to the 29, 28-yard line. So Panthers get a first down. Continue to move the chains. 11 minutes remaining in the third quarter now, in the second half. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Snap back to Clark. Quick pass out to the right. Led his receiver perfectly. Gets big positive yardage. Ball is on the ground and is recovered by Dalton. The receiver fumbled the football, and the Catamounts come up with it. Dalton takes over on offense. So a very quick turn of events. Carver comes out the locker room on the first offensive possession and turned the football over, their first turnover of the evening. It happened so quick I barely saw it happen. Dalton back out on offense for the first time in the third quarter. I formation, two receivers to the right. Gives it to the second running back through. Tries to get past the first wave of defenders, but doesn't quite do it. Tackled very rudely at the end. Number 21, Kelvis Rhodes on the carry. Gains about 3 yards. Brings up second down and 7. Dalton starting the second half off in great field position, already in Carver territory. Ball now at the Carver 39. I formation, one receiver to each side. Calfee still under center. Hard count. Defensive line moves, but no snap. Calfee pitches it out to Rhodes. Rhodes trying to get across the 40 and does. Gets across the line of scrimmage and gains maybe a yard and a half, but nothing else. The defense of the Carver Panthers were there that time, bringing up third down and long. Third down and about 6 now for Dalton. The Carver sideline desperately trying to get the crowd into the ball game, screaming defense, and now the crowd responds on third down. I formation again. Rhodes still dots the I, one receiver to each side. And now a flag on the play. And let's see exactly what the flag is. I believe this is going to be illegal formation. Too many men on the line of scrimmage. At least that's what it looks like from the way the official is describing the play to the referee. But it's actually going to be offsides. One of the defensive linemen lined up in the neutral zone. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, which will bring up third down and about 1.5 now for Dalton. So once again, penalties have really killed Carver here in this contest thus far. Third down and short now. I formation, two receivers to each side. Calfrey on the center. Gives it to Rhodes. Rhodes trying to get there. Dodging bodies. I don't know. It's going to be very close. The defensive line of Carver was right there. He did not get it. It is fourth down. So decision time now for head coach Matt Land. Fourth and less than 1. Ball at the 33-yard line. Defense rings out from the home stands. Dalton breaks the huddle, I formation. Rhodes dots the I. You got to watch number 40 Hardaway here. Calfrey under center. They give it to Hardaway, and Hardaway goes forward and gets enough for the first down. Just shy of the 30-yard line. Right at the 31. A fresh set of downs now for Dalton. You had to know that the fullback, number 40, Robert Hardaway, was getting the ball that time. That's not the first time they've given him the ball in those type of situations. First down and 10 now. Ball at the 31. I formation. Two receivers to each side. Calfrey tosses it out to the running back. Running back gets across the 30. Trying to get to the 25, but he gets hit very hard. Head over heels by number 6, Julian Colvard. On the run, number 27, Jerry Marino. Gains 5 after the big hit. Brings up second down and medium now. Ball right at the 25-yard line. I formation, two receivers left. Calfrey under center. Calfrey gives it to Hardaway. Hardaway bounces off defenders and gets a first down across the 25, close to the 10, across the 15 to the 13. First down for Dalton. Dalton now moving at a nice pace. Dalton now knocking on the door. Dalton trying to tie this ball game up. 7 minutes, 50 seconds and counting now in the third quarter. Calfrey breaks the huddle, I formation. Hardaway is still the fullback, two receivers to the left. Snap back to Calfrey. Calfrey gives it to the tailback this time, but no one home. Tackle on the play by the Panthers, number 63, Xavier Davis. The senior defensive lineman, they have him listed 6'3", 275. Some big defensive linemen in the middle for Carver trying to do their best to stop the running game. A gain of nothing on the play. Second down and 10 now. Ball at the 14-yard line. In the red zone trying to go in for the score. Same formation. 2 receivers to the left, I formation. Calfrey tosses out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets past 1 defender but can't get past the second. He gains about a yard, and that's it. And Rhodes a little slow to get up. Rhodes still down on the ground. The officials will take a timeout to 10 with him. Now he does kind of get up on his knees, but the trainers will come over and take a look, as it looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him, maybe got his bell rung. 6 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Both teams will go over to their respective sides, take a quick breather. Carver still on top, 14-7. Carver on their first offensive possession of the second half turned the football over after a completed pass for positive yardage. The receiver dropped the football and put the football on the turf. Dalton takes over, and that's how we got here. Now 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 13-yard line. 2 receivers right. I formation. Marino dots the I. Snap back to Calfrey. Fakes it to Hardaway. Looking down the middle of the field. Throws it down the middle of the field. Wide open. Touchdown Dalton. Number 20, Brandon Dale. Wide open in the middle of the end zone. They're going to throw a flag for excessive celebration, as I believe Dale did a stunt with the football. They will tack that on to the kickoff or either the point after touchdown 1. Matt Land, head coach for Dalton, extremely upset at the excessive celebration penalty that will be assessed on the kickoff. Just can't do that, especially here in the high school ranks. When you score a touchdown, you simply have to give the ball to the official. Simply have to do that. If not, they're going to get you for that personal foul every time. And that will be assessed on the kickoff, so the point after touchdown will come from its original spot. 6:40 remaining in the third quarter. Carver still ahead at the moment, but the point after touchdown is pending. And now there's a flag on the play. We'll check the whistle and see exactly what this is about. And just a nice job, Cole Calfrey, hooking up with number 20, Brandon Dale, in the middle of the end zone, wide open. Nice play design. We've seen that play design several times tonight, where they do a quick fake to the fullback for the play action. It has a receiver wide open down the middle of the field in the end zone for the touchdown. It was an easy pitch and catch for Calfrey. That penalty was on Carver, so the point after touchdown is scooted up just a little bit more, and the point after touchdown is successful. We have a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Your score, 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dalton 14, Carver 14. So this has been everything as advertised thus far. A lot of yards gained on the ground by both teams, but it seems like Dalton is a little more ready to pass the football than Carver is. At least that's what it seems like thus far. Dalton did a nice job of getting the ball on the first offensive possession of Carver, creating a turnover and turning that turnover into 7 points. Dalton had a few turnover problems themselves in the first half. They turned the ball over twice before they finally got themselves straight. And now we'll see exactly where this penalty will put Dalton. Dalton's going to be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. So I will be very shocked if this kickoff goes into the end zone. It seems like Carver will have an opportunity to return this ball. And let's see exactly what the return man for Carver can do with it. Once again, kicking from their own 25 because of the personal foul excessive celebration penalty after the pitch and catch touchdown from Calfrey to Cole. Calfrey to Dale, excuse me. Ball is on the tee, and Dalton will let it rip, and it does not get into the end zone. Be fielded at the 15-yard line. He cuts left and trying to get all the way to the sideline. Barely gets to the 20, to the 21 before he's pushed out of bounds by the player who just scored the touchdown, Brandon Dale. and Carver will take over at their own 21-yard line. So they gained basically 1 yard after the excessive penalty, because the kicker for Dalton has been kicking the ball into the end zone the entire night for touchbacks. That time he doesn't kick it into the end zone, and they get to the 21. Carver from their own 21-yard line, shotgun formation, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Only 1 lone safety back for Dalton. They hand it off to the tailback. Tailback gets up the middle, gets almost to the 25. Actually, they're going to give him the 25-yard line, which will bring up 2nd down now. Dalton defensively seems like they're playing a lot of zone, only keeping 1 safety back, not 1 safety on each side of the field. Carver back to the line of scrimmage again. 3 receivers right this time for the quarterback, Clark, 1 to the left. Snap back to Clark. Clark with the quick pass out to the right is caught across the line of scrimmage barely. He gains maybe 1, maybe 2 yards. Not that big of a play that time for the Panthers, which will bring up 3rd down and a long 4. They're going to call it 3rd down and 5. Single back formation, 2 receivers to each side. Ball at the 27. Snap back to Clark. Pump fakes, then hands it off to the tailback, who gets the 1st down and more across the 40. Nice play design that time. And I believe that was Taylor. Gets the 1st down for the Panthers. And now he will come out of the game and get subbed out. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. First set of downs now for the Panthers. Clark still in at quarterback. Shotgun formation, blitz coming from the right, and the blitz does get there. Everyone saw the blitz coming, but just a little bit too fast for anyone to make any kind of adjustments. And guess who comes out of the bottom of the pile? Number 40, Robert Hardaway, the linebacker slash fullback, doing a little bit of everything tonight. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 43. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Clark. The tailback to the right of Clark in the shotgun. Clark fakes it to the tailback and keeps it himself, trying to go upfield. Gains about a foot, and that's it before he met a wall of white jerseys. There is a flag on the play, so we'll check the flag. Illegal chop block on the Panthers. That will back them up. The penalties have absolutely killed Carver tonight. Penalties are heavily on the Carver side. So they will mark off the chop block. Once again, it's from the spot of the foul. And they will repeat the down. They will repeat 2nd down. 4 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Tie ball game. And they actually decline the penalty, take the result of the play, which will be 3rd down and 9. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap back to Clark. Blitz coming, rolling left, breathing down his back. He does complete it. It is not enough for the 1st down. Completed to number 7, Greg Smith. And man, was the blitz coming that time after Clark. So he will be short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and a long 3. And Carver looks like they're going to take a timeout to talk things over. But they have not officially called for a timeout, so they are huddling over on the sideline. Now they break the huddle and jog to the line of scrimmage. Now they're playing smart. I believe they're actually going to punt this football. Try to get a good leg on it and play the field position game. Now they shift. Dalton shifts with him. Flag on the play. Let's see exactly what the flag will be. This should be a delay of game. That's exactly what the call is. Delay of game on Carver. When it rains, it pours for Carver. Just mounting penalties now. And the Panthers do seem like they're set to punt. No one really back for Dalton. Dalton thinking there's some kind of trickery going on here. And I don't blame him. Snap back to the alleged punter. He does get a leg on it, and it's a pretty good punt. There is a flag on the play, and the punt will die and take a Panther roll at the 15-yard line. But now we have to check more laundry on the field. Everybody walking backwards. Is this one on Carver too? Personal foul. This one's on Dalton. So personal foul will give them a first down on 4th down, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe the Carver offense gets a break and will come back out onto the field. It was just 4th down and 9 before the penalty. The personal foul on Dalton will give Carver a first down. So a little gift right before Christmas, Dalton gives Carver. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Carver gets a new life here on this drive. After punting the ball, Dalton gets a 15-yard penalty on them and gives the Panthers a first down. So a fresh set of downs for the home team Carver Panthers. Now in Dalton territory. Getting late in the third quarter. I formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Still 1 long safety back for Dalton. Clark still under center. Clark hands it off to the second guy through, gets forward across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Bring up second down. I believe that's Montavious Taylor on the rush once again as he now checks out of the game. Once again, Carver does not huddle. The Panthers don't huddle. They get the play from the sideline. It is then the quarterback, Tevish Clark's job to tell everyone else their responsibilities. 2 receivers right. Big number 15, Steve McDonald, over in the slot. I formation. Clark hands it off to the second guy through. I believe that's number 22, Wilkerson. Wilkerson gets positive yardage, gets about a yard, maybe a yard and a half, which I bring up third down now. Another third down situation for the Panthers. Been interesting to see Dalton on defense. 9 times out of 10, it seems like the Catamounts are in a zone coverage with 1 safety back helping, trying to protect the goal line, trying to protect anything deep. Timeout on the field. Carver takes the timeout this time, and we will take one with them. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Your score, Dalton 14, Carver 14. You're listening to PlayOnSports.com. For all the best coverage of Georgia football throughout the playoffs, go to WSBTV.com. Welcome back to Lakewood Stadium. First round of the Georgia State playoffs. I am R.J. Lewis. 2:45 remaining in the third quarter, and very important third down for Carver. Clark rolling right, and I believe they're going to call him out of bounds. Yes, indeed, they're going to call him out of bounds. He was pushed out of bounds, and he lost a lot of yards doing that as well. It was 3rd down and 4, and I believe he lost about 5 yards on that play, which will bring up 4th down and 9 now. So it seems like Carver could not capitalize on the personal foul penalty. They got them the first down, and now they're in another punting situation. Now, but this is the first time we've seen them punt the football besides the one that was called back for the personal foul. And they do their split. They split 3 over to the left, 3 over to the right. Snap back, and they do get the punt off. It's a short pooch punt. Everyone has to get out of the way, but it does take a Panther roll. Goes inside the 20 to almost the 17, 16-yard line. They're going to call it at the 17 and a half, and that's where Dalton will take over. 2 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. Game is still tied, 14-14. Who can break this tie first and who can hold on to the lead the longest? Dalton takes a huddle over on their side of the field. Now they break the huddle and ready to go. Jog to the football. Ball sits at the 18-yard line, first down and 10. I formation for the Catamounts. One receiver to each side. Tight end to the right. Calfrey fakes it to the fullback and tries the option, but there is a host of Panthers there. They're playing that game, name your favorite Panther. I count about 4 Panthers on the tackle that time. Calfrey had nowhere to go. Second down and long now. Second down and 13 for Dalton. That time Dalton offensively had Mr. Mora lined up as fullback. Calfrey jogs into the huddle, finally getting the call from head coach Matt Land. I formation again, 2 receivers to the left. Rhodes dots the I, looking to pass left, throws left, batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Great job by that big defensive line that time. And I believe that's number 64. Delando Crooks, the outstanding defensive lineman, offensive lineman, the senior, 6'5", 263. That's the one we told you about before the game with 13 Division I offers. Making himself known in this football game thus far. 1 minute, 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Third down and 13 now for the visiting Dalton. One receiver to each side, I formation. Calfrey fakes it to the fullback. They try ending around. This is Brandon Dale. Nobody over there. Got a block from his wide receiver. Has a first down and more, but he wants more. He goes across the 50, across the 40, down the right sideline, and they finally push him out of bounds at the 16-yard line. What a great play and what a great effort by number 20, Brandon Dale. He had great blocking downfield, had a nice block down the left sideline, and did a nice job of putting his foot in the ground and coming all the way across the field to the right sideline. And Brandon Dale, he had dreams about touchdown there. Carver finally caught him from behind. They finally push him out at the 16. So just when you thought Dalton was just about to give the ball back to Carver, they bust out a run like that in the red zone. First down now for Dalton. 2 receivers to the left. 1 running back in the backfield. They give it to the fullback, Mora. Mora dives forward and gains only 2. Calfrey gets hit late after the play. No penalty. On the carry, Mora gains about 2, brings up second down and 8. Ball now across the 15 to the 14 and a half. So Dalton now in business, in the red zone, knocking on the door. They're looking to break the tie. Less than a minute remaining in the third quarter. Clock ticking away. The third quarter is about to expire. Still have a tie ball game. Whistle comes from the sideline, and Dalton wants to take a timeout, and we will stay right here during the timeout break as Dalton wants to talk things over. Second down and 9 with the third quarter just about to tick away. So an impressive job that time by the Dalton's offensive coordinator and head coach Matt Land on a third down and forever call to do the play that we've seen the entire night. You fake the ball to the fullback, the play action. Quarterback rolled right, pitched it out to Brandon Dale for a little end and around, and he had nothing but green in front of him. He caught a nice block by his wide receiver on the left side, did a nice job of going north and south, and then got greedy across midfield and started thinking about a touchdown. Luckily, Carver caught him from behind, and that's how we got to this position on the field right now. Ball sits at the 14.5-yard line, deep in the red zone of Carver. Second down and 9, 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Usual formation, I formation. Two receivers to each side. The tight end is to the right. Calfrey still under center. Calfrey fakes it to the fullback. Tries to get it across the middle of the field to a receiver that was wide open. Incomplete. Calfrey was hit as he released the football, but man, he had his tight end wide open down the middle of the field. Incomplete, which brings up third down. Oh, Calfrey wants that ball back. He was looking for big number 83, Will Irwin, and skipped the ball to him. Just didn't have enough mustard to get there. 33 seconds remaining now in the third quarter. Third down and 9. Ball at the 15. One receiver to each side. I formation for Dalton. Dalton gives it to Rhodes. Rhodes tests the left side. Does not get there. Rhodes will gain about 3, maybe 3.5, which brings up fourth down. Head coach Matt Land, you have a decision to make. Fourth down and 6. Ball at the 13. They will let the clock run out. 5 seconds remaining and counting. Both teams go to their sideline. This will bring up the fourth quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only 1 quarter left in this first round Georgia State playoff action. Your score, Dalton 14, Carver 14. Come back for fourth quarter action on PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
For live scoring and highlights of all the games Play On Sports is covering, go to www.playonsports.com/football playoffs. So Dalton, at the start of the fourth quarter, was set up for a field goal, 29-yard field goal. And now a whistle has been blown, a timeout on the field by Carver. Home stands can't believe it. We got the coaching booth right next to us. Carver coach is going ballistic. Carver does take a timeout out of the quarter break. So a little bit interesting there. Folks, always remember, Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Temperature has dropped just a little bit from kickoff. Lakewood Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia. Still the start of the fourth quarter. It did seem like Dalton was setting up for the go-ahead field goal. Dalton breaks the huddle. And it seems like they're going for the field goal once again. 29-yard field goal to take the lead. Snap, hold, kick is up. Kick is good, and Dalton has the lead. The kicker, number 15, Daniel Palacios. So Dalton takes the lead 17-14, 11 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the contest. No more quarters left after this one. So that was a brave decision, and I believe the right decision by head coach Matt Land. Take the points, take the lead, and let's see if the defense can stop Carver from going down the field. Carver really needs to look deep, I believe, especially through the passing game. They haven't passed the ball much. When they have passed it, it has been very short. Dalton the entire night has only kept one safety back. If they can get a double move going down the corners here and try to get deep past the safety, there might be something big there. Still very early in the fourth quarter. Dalton getting set to kick off to Carver. 9 times out of 10, the kickoffs by Dalton tonight have gone into the end zone. They tee it up, Dalton lets it rip, and they do not disappoint as the ball goes into the end zone again. Carver will take over at their own 20-yard line. So let's see what the Panthers have in store for this drive. They're trailing again, only by a little bit, 17-14. The Dalton defense already on the field, waiting for the Panthers of Carver to come onto the field offensively. They do a miniature huddle on their side of the sideline, and now they sprint to the football. Number 5, Tevish Clark, is under center. I formation. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Dalton shows blitz, now backs away. Shows blitz again. Clark gives it to the second guy through, gets to the second level, does get a first down, gets tackled at the 31-yard line. Number 29, Montavious Taylor again. He has been the bell cow for Carver thus far tonight. 11 minutes, 44 seconds and counting. Carver to the line of scrimmage very quickly. I formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Clark under center. Flag on the play. Let's see exactly what the flag is. And it's going to be on Carver. He had an offside signal up, but it had to be an illegal formation of some sort. Back him up 5, another penalty on them. First down and 15 now. Initially set up in an I. There's actually going to be a little bit of a quarterback change here, I believe, because number 5, Clark, is a wide receiver. Now 11, Jordan Holden, is the quarterback. I formation, Holden under center. Holden, straight drop. When they want to pass it, they bring in Holden. He doesn't get a chance to, as he's sacked on the play. And guess who again? Number 40, Robert Hardaway, is there. Mr. Hardaway has had himself a ball game, and I have to tell you, Mr. Darren Miles saw this coming. One of the first names out of his mouth when they asked him who really scares you on the Dalton side of the football, Hardaway was one of the first names. Hardaway and Rhodes. They haven't disappointed tonight. Second down and 20 now. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Flag on the play. I believe they have too many men in the huddle this time. Illegal substitution is the call. Too many men. Back them up again. Carver has done nothing but shoot themselves in the foot the entire night. They're starting to run out of toes. Clock does stop. 10 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the final quarter. Second down and 25 now. Ball at the 16. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left in the shotgun formation. Dalton shows blitz, now back up. Snap back. Pressure. Just lets it go across the middle of the field and almost intercepted a very dangerous pass from Carver. That time number 28, Ethan Fromm, almost came up with the interception. Third down and a country mile now for the Panthers. That does stop the clock. 10 minutes, 9 seconds in the fourth quarter. Dalton, I believe, is doing a nice job of confusing the quarterback, making it seem like they're going to blitz and then back off into their zone. They do it again. 3 receivers to the right this time for Carver. Snap back to the quarterback. Pumps once under pressure, and they actually get the ball off underneath but he does not get nowhere near the first down. The home stands are begging for a 15-yard face mask. None will be thrown. It'll be 4th down and plus 10 now for Carver. So Carver gets over into a huddle. Seems like they are going to punt the football. Coaching staff of Carver right next to us not satisfied at all about what's going on the field. And here comes that weird punting formation that they have. They have 3 players to the left, 4 to the right. And now a timeout is called by Dalton. Head coach Matt Land, I believe, is going to dial up something to try to get to this football. He sees all this open space right next to the punter. Watch him try to dial up something to get to the football and try to come up with a block here. And if he does come up with a block, with a huge play and with a huge timeout, that will be. We are in the 4th quarter. Under 10 minutes remaining now. 9 minutes, 27 seconds remaining. Dalton is in the lead. The visiting Dalton Catamounts on top, 17-14 over Carver. Carver was favored in this game. Teams come from their respective sidelines. Now they're ready to go. Same formation from Carver. Snap back to the punter. Punter does get it off, and it is a ugly sideways kick that does take a Panther bounce, and now will take a Catamount bounce, and it does get across midfield to the 49-yard line. And that's where Dalton will take over, and the Dalton sideline explodes with excitement as they know they have great field position right now, 1 yard away from midfield. 9 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. So Dalton will go into their huddle on their sideline. Now let's see what Carver can dial up defensively to try to get the ball back. They need the ball back. Dalton cannot get into the end zone right here, right now. Mr. Rhodes will dot the I for Dalton. 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the left. Calfrey under center. Calfrey, they toss it to Rhodes. Rhodes gets through some defenders. He almost tried to get past another one, and if he did, he had Green in front of him. But he only gains a handful of yards, and a flag is down. I believe they're going to catch the wide receiver for holding on this play as he tried to seal it, and that's exactly what the call is. Wide receiver tried his best to throw a good block on that outside and ended up holding the jersey, so that will back up Dalton. Now, will they accept the penalty? They do. They're already marching it off, so it'll be 1st down and 20 now for Dalton. Dalton backs up at their own 40-yard line. So Dalton huddles up. They'll try it again on 1st down. Rhodes still in the game. He dots the I. 1 receiver to each side. Calfrey under center. Calfrey gives it to the first guy through. That's Mora. Mora gets across the line of scrimmage and gains about 2 before he's dragged down by a defensive lineman, which will bring up 2nd down and long now for the Catamounts. Substitutions coming into the game. Mora will come out along with Fromm. Calfrey gets the signal from the head coach. Jogs to the huddle. The huddle is broken. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The slot receiver is Brandon Dale, who has a touchdown already. Snap back to Calfrey. Under pressure, they set up the screen to Rhodes. Rhodes has blockers in front of him across midfield. Couldn't keep his footing in. He gets tackled just shy of the 40-yard line. Tackled at the 41, but guess what? That's just enough for a 1st down. So Dalton, well, actually, yeah, exactly. 1st down, Dalton. So once again, a nice play call from the coaching staff of Dalton. They're doing a nice job of calling the right plays at the right time. That time it was 2nd down and forever. Let the penetration come through just a little bit that time. Set up the screen pass, and Mr. Rhodes had blockers in front of him. Dalton starting to run a little clock now. 7 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. Single back formation, 2 receivers to the right. Calfrey, they give it to Rhodes. Rhodes up the middle, gains about 1.5 yards. They might give him 2, which will bring up 2nd down and 8. That time on the tackle for Carver, number 63, Xavier Davis, the captain. Carver definitely going to have to start looking to their captain leadership now. And luckily, they have 2 captains on that defensive line. The player that just made the tackle, 63, Xavier Davis, and the outstanding player, number 64, Delando Crooks. Single back formation again, 2nd down and 8. 2 receivers to the right. Calfrey gives it to Rhodes again, and Rhodes had nowhere to go. As soon as I call his name, he makes a play. Delando Crooks makes the tackle for a loss. Loss of about 3 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down now. 3rd down and 11 to be exact. So the positive vibes and the momentum that Dalton had going has been stopped in its tracks just a little bit by Mr. Crooks on the defensive line. 3rd down and 11. Panthers need to stop here. I formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Rhodes dots the I. Play action, looking downfield, no one home. Now he's just trying to get positive yardage, and it doesn't work. Name your favorite Panther. 4 Panthers on the tackle, which will bring up 4th down. If they did anything on that play, Dalton did run some clock off, as the clock still is rolling, and here comes the punting unit. So a success that time for the Carver defense. Setting up to punt for Dalton is number 11, Eder Mora. Snap back to Mora. Mora gets off a high punt. Fair catch signaled and caught. Caught at the 12-yard line, and that's where Carver will take over. So the Carver defense does answer and gets the ball back into their offense. It is a 1-possession game. Middle way in the 4th quarter. Dalton still ahead, 17-14 on top of Carver. Now, my question to everyone at home is, who should be the quarterback on this drive? Should it be number 5 Clark, or should it be number 11 Holden? Coming onto the field, it will be Holden, as I believe Clark is out wide to the left as a wide receiver. 2 receivers to the right, 1 running back to each side. Snap back to Holden. It's a high one. He does get it under control, gets it to the second guy through. He does give positive yardage, almost gets about 5 yards, which brings up 2nd down. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining and counting. Time slowly but surely starting to fade away here in this first round of matchup. Single elimination. If you lose, you go home. Mass confusion and too many players again on the field for Carver. Players not knowing who's supposed to be on the field and who's not. I'll be honest with you. I'll just go into a huddle for the rest of the game, so I'll make sure I count who's in my huddle and who's not. Illegal substitution is the call. Backs him up, which will bring up 2nd down and 11 if I'm not mistaken. Now Carver believes they have the right personnel on the field. Holden's still the quarterback. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Snap back to Holden. Quick pass out to the right. Complete. Across the 10. Has blockers and does finally get tackled out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It was complete to number 7, Greg Smith. Tackle made on the play by number 44, Jay Rockholt. 3rd down on the play. They get a chunk of yards on that play. Makes it 3rd down and short now. 3rd down and about an inch for the Panthers. Ball at the 21.5-yard line. They need to get to the 22. The referee will stop the clock and stop everything. They want to take a measurement here. From up here, it looks like he has it. But they will bring out the chains to see exactly how close he did get. Referee gets in position. They stretch it out. Looks like a 1st down from here, and it is. And a roar comes from the home stands. 1st down Panthers. 4 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the contest. the home team. Carver still trails by 3. Dalton on top, 17-14. First down, Panthers. Fresh set of downs. Holden still the quarterback. 2 receivers to each side. Running back to the left of Holden. Snap back to Holden. Straight drop. Looking right the entire way. Pump fakes. Now decides to get free. Gets positive yardage and does the smart thing and runs out of bounds. But he does get the first down first. That was an 11-yard scamper by the quarterback, Holden. Jordan Holden gets the first down. They have him listed as a senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Straight to the line of scrimmage are the Panthers. 2 receivers to each side, running back to the right of Holden this time. Holden in the shotgun formation, snap to him. They fake the pass and then give it to the running back. Running back gets positive yardage, gains about 5, maybe even 6 yards. Montavious Taylor on the run. Ball placed at the 40-yard line, second down and short now. Panthers starting to get into good field position, getting closer and closer to midfield. 4 minutes remaining in the contest. Shotgun formation for Holden. Dalton shows blitz again. They do blitz. The blitz does not get there. Handed off to the runner. That's number 27, Pledger. Pledger does get enough for the first down. Ball at the 45-yard line, and they continue to move the chains. Mini drama starting to build here at Lakewood Stadium. Under 4 minutes remaining. Clock slowly but surely ticking. The new quarterback is Jordan Holden. 2 receivers to each side, running back to the left of Holden. Dalton safeties finally back up, snap back to Holden. Holden looks across the middle of the field. A sliding grab is caught by number 2, Dontavius Marks. Marks makes a sliding effort and gets enough for a first down. Holden put it only to where his receiver could catch it. Momentum starting to shift now to the Panthers' way. 2 receivers to each side. Panthers right back to the line of scrimmage in Dalton territory. Snap back to Holden. Straight drop. Throws a dart across the middle of the field. Incomplete that time. That time could not get it in. Play broken up by number 28, Ethan Fromm. We've been hearing Fromm's name a lot here in the second half. Second down and 10. Ball at the Dalton 45. Clock stops. 3 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Holden now goes under center. Snap back to Holden. Fakes the pass and then gives it to the running back. The running back gets more than 10 yards. That's Taylor again. Taylor gets about 12. First down, Carver. Carver starting to knock on the door of the red zone now. Ball at the 43. First down and 10. 2 receivers to each side. Taylor to the right of Holden. Snap to Holden. They give it to Taylor. Taylor ran into a wall of defenders. Dalton there waiting for him that time. First player there for Dalton, number 69, Jake Roberts. The first time we've called his name tonight. Clock continuing to roll. 2 minutes, 33 seconds and counting. Panthers second down and 10, same formation. Snap back to Holden. Great blocking. Passes it out to the right. It is complete. That is Clark. Clark makes a man miss and goes forward. He's going to be just short of the first down, I believe. He gains 9, maybe 9.5. The quarterback / wide receiver, Clark, on the reception. Brings up third down and 1 now for Carver. Ball at the 24-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Holden will go under center. Taylor is the lone tailback. Holden sneaks forward, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like this will be a false start on Carver, and that will be a heartbreaker. If Carver looks back at this game film, they are going to be shocked at the amount of penalties that is on Carver. Back them up 5 yards, which will make it 3rd down and 6 now. Right where they just came from. Ball at the 29-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Holden still the quarterback. Snap back to Holden, straight drop, pumps once, throws it deep into the end zone, broken up, incomplete. He threw it to a player that was double covered. Trying to get a little bit greedy, trying to get 6. Broken up, incomplete. Now here comes 4th down. Play clock has started. Under 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. 1:57 to be exact. Carver will take a timeout to think things over and to see what they're actually going to do on 4th down. And we will take one with them. 1 minute, 57 seconds remaining in the contest. Your score, Dalton 17, Carver 14. You're listening to Play On Sports. Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com's post-game show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Drama here at Lakewood Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia. 1:57 remaining in the contest. Carver with the football, 4th down and 6. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Carver has to have it. Snap back to Holden. Pretty pocket in front of him, but it collapsed. Sack on the play. Number 40, Robert Hardaway with the sack. Dalton will take over on downs. What a big play from Robert Hardaway. I think I have a player of the game thus far. Mr. Hardaway has came up in every opportunity he can and has made big plays in those opportunities. 1:49 remaining in the contest. Now look for Dalton to strictly hand the ball off to Rhodes. Rhodes should get this ball about 3 or 4 times, and Dalton fans can start to feel it. Carver fans starting to stand up and leave. Dalton, I formation in their own territory. Ball at the 32, flag on the play. Dalton took too long. Delay of game will back him up 5 yards, and they'll have to repeat 1st down.
Delay of game penalty against the Catamounts. 5-yard penalty.
1st down and 15 now. Ball at the 27. Dalton in the I formation. Calfrey still the quarterback. Rhodes dots the I. Cornerback blitz coming from Carver. Safety comes up from his safety position to make the tackle. Rhodes gains about 4 yards. Clock continues to roll. Extra pushing and shoving after the play. Dale pushes Rhodes out of the way, saying, come on, let's not explode right now. 126, 125, 124 and counting in the contest. 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 30. I formation again from Dalton. Dalton's going to have to pick up a 1st down here. 1 receiver to the left. Calfrey gives it to the first guy through. I believe that's Hardaway. Hardaway finally gets across the original line of scrimmage, which will bring up 3rd down and 8. Under a minute remaining. Carver has 0 timeouts left. They absolutely, positively have to make a stop here. Clock continues to roll. Under 40 seconds now. 35 seconds now. Dalton taking their sweet time. I formation, one receiver to the right, Calfrey under center. Calfrey gives it to the first guy through, and he doesn't get the first down. Just crosses the line of scrimmage. And the clock stops with 19 seconds remaining as an injured player in the secondary falls to the ground. Didn't seem like anybody contacted him or anything like that. He actually bounces up and is now going to walk off the field. So a little bit of trickery right there. Now, if I'm Dalton with only 14 seconds left, I actually think I'm going to punt the football here. Now the clock rolls off because I guess the injury was not a real one, and that's going to be your contest. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Dalton has come in to Carver's home stadium and walks away with the victory. Your final score, the Dalton Catamounts 17, Carver 14. Dalton advances to the second round of the playoffs. My, oh my, what a ball game this was. Dalton on top 17-14. We had turnovers. We had penalties. We had a little bit of everything in this one. One thing we for sure had was some high drama. I'm going to go ahead and get this one out the way as we very quickly but smoothly go into the post-game show, the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. My player of the game, hands down, number 40, Robert Hardaway. He did everything on the football field this evening. He did it from the linebacker position. He did it from the fullback position. Anytime Dalton needed to make a play, number 40 seems like he made that play for them. Well, Dalton advances to the second round of the playoff, and unfortunately for Carver, they will go home. There's no more football left for them this year. Once again, your final score, Dalton 17, Carver 14. I am RJ Lewis, and once again, thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com. We'll see you next week.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.